Hey everyone, welcome back to I'm your host, and today we've got something really interesting for all you coin enthusiasts out there. We'll be diving into the fascinating history and current circulated value of the United Kingdom's 10 new pence coin from 1969. If you're a collector, or just curious about numismatics, this is a must-watch. So, let's get into it. Here it is, folks, the 1969 10 new pence coin. Now, this coin has quite an interesting story behind it. So let's start with a bit of history. First point, 1969 was a time of transition for the United Kingdom, particularly in the world of currency. Prior to 1971, the UK used the old British currency system, where 240 pennies made up a pound. But in 1969, the UK was preparing for the introduction of the decimal system, which meant a big shift in the way money was measured and used. To make this transition smoother, the UK introduced new coins, and one of them was the 10 new pence. The new pence system was a way to decimalize the pound, so this coin was worth 1/10 of a pound, or 10p. It replaced the old 2-shilling coin, which was worth 24 pennies. Before decimalization, the British currency system was based on pounds, shillings, and pence, where 12 pence made up a shilling and 20 shillings made up a pound. But with the introduction of the decimal system in 1971, everything changed. The pound was now divided into 100 new pence. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1969 10 new pence coin. As you can see, it has a sleek, modern look for its time. The obverse side features the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which was used on British coins from 1953 until 1979. You'll notice that it includes the inscription Elizabeth II D.G.Reg.F.D. That stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, we have the iconic design of a crowned lion, which is surrounded by the words, New Penny. This design was the work of Christopher Ironside, and it's a powerful image that represents the British monarchy's long-standing history and strength. Over the years, the 10 new pence coin underwent a few minor design changes, particularly with the portrait of the Queen, but the 1969 version is highly regarded by collectors due to its place in the history of British currency. Now, you might be wondering, what's the value of the 1969 10 new pence coin today? Well, it all depends on the condition and rarity of the coin. Like any coin, its value depends on factors like its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. A 1969 10 new pence in poor condition, with heavy wear and tear, might be worth only its face value, 10p. But if you have one in better condition, say, fine or very fine, you could expect a value of around 50p to £1. However, if you happen to own an uncirculated, mint condition version of this coin, it can fetch anywhere between £5 to £10 at auction, depending on the buyer's interest. Rarely, certain uncirculated coins may even go for higher amounts if they're part of a collector's set or have a special provenance. As a general guide, here's a quick rundown of the circulated value for a 1969 10 new pence coin. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1969 10 new pence coin, it's always a good idea to check the current market trends, and if you're buying, be sure to ask about the coin's condition and whether it's been professionally graded. Now, you might be asking, why should I care about the 10 new pence coin from 1969? Is it just a relic of the past? Well, yes and no. This coin represents a pivotal moment in the UK's history, the shift to decimalization, and as such, it has a certain charm and significance. Plus, it's a great piece for anyone interested in British numismatics or just curious about how currency evolved in the 20th century. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1969 10 new pence coin is definitely one to keep an eye out for. It's affordable, rich in history, and, most importantly, a great piece to add to your collection. So, what do you think? Do you own any 10 new pence coins from the 1960s? Drop a comment below, and let's talk about your coin collection. The 10 new pence coin from 1969 was part of a significant shift in the British currency system that marked the United Kingdom's move towards decimalization. Here's a detailed look at the historical context and the importance of this coin. Before 1971, the United Kingdom used a non-decimal currency system based on pounds, shillings, and pence. In this system, 1 pound equals 20 shillings, 1 shilling equals 12 pennies, or pence. Therefore, 1 pound equals 240 pennies. This system had been in place for centuries, but by the mid-20th century, it was becoming increasingly complex and difficult to manage, especially in a world that was shifting towards decimal currencies. By the 1960s, the British government decided that the old currency system was outdated and inefficient. A key part of the effort to modernize the currency system was decimalization, which aimed to simplify the way money was divided. Instead of 240 pennies in a pound, decimalization would divide the pound into 100 pence, new pence, making the system much more straightforward and compatible with international trade. In 1968, the UK officially announced the changeover to decimal currency, and the 10 new pence coin was part of this transition. The coin was introduced in 1969, 2 years before the full decimalization of the pound on February 15, 1971. The 10 new pence coin was designed to be 1/10 of a pound, or 10 pence, in the new decimal system. It replaced the old 2-shilling coin, which was worth 24 pennies in the old currency system. This transition was part of a wider program of changes, which included new coins being designed to represent the new, decimalized system. The 10 new pence coin became one of the key coins in this new series. The design of the 10 new pence coin was modern for its time. On the obverse front, it featured the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, based on a portrait by Mary Gillick. This image was used on British coins from 1953 to 1979. The reverse side of the coin featured a design by Christopher Ironside, which included a crowned lion along with the inscription, New Penny. This lion symbolized the British monarchy and strength, and the design was meant to reflect a sense of continuity as Britain moved into the new era of decimal currency. On February 15, 1971, the UK officially adopted the decimal currency system, and the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence was abolished. The 10 new pence coin, along with other decimal coins like the 1p, 5p, and 50p, began circulating in the same year. The 10 new pence coin from 1969 is an important piece in British numismatic history, representing a significant step in the modernization of the UK's currency system. After decimalization, the new pence coins were gradually phased out in favor of coins simply marked with their value in pence. For example, the 10 new pence coin eventually became the 10p coin, and its design remained in circulation for many years. Despite its relatively short life in its original form, the 10 new pence coin from 1969 is a collector's item today, particularly for those interested in the history of the UK's currency changes. It symbolizes a pivotal moment in the country's monetary history as it adapted to a more modern, decimalized system that aligned with many other currencies around the world. 1974. If you love learning about old coins and they're fascinating, let's start with a bit of history. The 10 new pence coin from 1974 is a part of a significant change in British currency. In 1971, the UK switched from the old pre-decimal system to a new decimal system. This meant that the old pennies and shillings were replaced by new coins, and the pound was now divided into 100 new pence instead of 240 pennies. In 1971, the UK introduced new denominations, including the 10 new pence coin, which would come to replace the old 2-shilling coin. The design of the 10 new pence, which was issued in 1968 but became more widely circulated after decimalization in 1971, featured the iconic Britannia seated on a rock holding a trident, symbolizing the power of Britain as a seafaring nation. Now, let's talk about the design. The reverse side of the 10 new pence coin from 1974 displays the denomination, the number 10, and the words, New Pence, around it. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which was first used in 1953. This portrait remained on British coins until 1984. What sets the 1974 10 new pence apart is its size. It's larger than modern 10p coins, with a diameter of 24.5 millimeters and a weight of 11.31 g. It's made from cupronickel, a mix of copper and nickel, which gives it a shiny, durable appearance. Now, on to the burning question. How much is the 10 new pence coin from 1974 worth today? Well, the circulated value of these coins is actually relatively low, especially if they show signs of wear and tear. In terms of its face value, the 10 new pence coin from 1974 is worth exactly 10 pence, which is just a small part of today's UK currency. But, like many coins, its value can fluctuate depending on the market demand and condition of the coin. Typically, a well-worn 1974 10 new pence coin will be worth around £1 to £2 in today's market. However, if you find one in mint condition, or even better, if it has some rare variations like certain die errors, it can fetch anywhere from £5 to £10, maybe even more. The key here is rarity and the condition of the coin. For collectors, the 1974 10 new pence coin is a bit of a gem, but only if it's in exceptional condition. Uncirculated coins, or those with unique characteristics, can sometimes be sold at auction for a premium. A pristine, uncirculated 1974 10 new pence could be worth more than £10 or £15, depending on the market. Coins like these are particularly interesting to collectors who focus on the decimalization era of UK currency. They represent a major shift in the way Britain handled its money and offer a glimpse into a pivotal time in British history. So, if you're looking to find the 10 new pence coin from 1974, they're not all that hard to come by. You can often find them in coin shops, online marketplaces like eBay, or even at local coin fairs. Just remember, the value of the coin will depend on its condition, rarity, and the demand from collectors. To wrap things up, the 1974 10 new pence coin, while not incredibly valuable in terms of its face value, holds historical significance and could be worth more to collectors, especially if you come across one in good condition or with rare features. It's a great coin to keep an eye out for if you're a fan of British numismatics. In 1971, the UK made the transition to a decimal system, which meant the pound was now divided into 100 equal parts, the new pence. The main objective of decimalization was to simplify the British currency system, making it easier for people to understand and use. Under the new system, the penny was replaced by the new penny, 1 new pence, and coins with denominations like 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 new pence were introduced. The 10 new pence coin was introduced in 1968, well before the actual decimalization of the currency in 1971, but it gained widespread use after decimalization. Initially, this coin was designed to replace the old 2 shilling or florin coin, which had a value of 24 old pence. It was intended to fit into the new decimal system, with its value now representing 10 new pence, or 1/10 of a pound. The coin's design was simple yet iconic. The reverse of the 10 new pence coin featured the denomination 10 new pence, surrounded by the words new pence in bold lettering. The obverse of the coin showed a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was designed by Mary Gillick in 1953. This portrait would be used on many British coins until 1984, when a new portrait by Raphael Maclauff was introduced. The 10 new pence coin from 1974, like many of its contemporary coins, was made of cupronickel, a mixture of copper and nickel. This made the coin durable and resistant to wear. At the time, it had a diameter of 24.5 mm and a weight of 11.31 grams, which made it quite a bit larger than today's 10p coin. The design of the coin was also representative of Britain's maritime heritage, with the Britannia figure often featured on the reverse side of many British coins from that era, symbolizing strength and the UK's long-standing sea power. The 10 new pence coin was part of the new set of decimal coins that became legal tender after decimalization on February 15, 1971. These coins circulated widely and were a key part of British everyday transactions for many years. The 10 new pence coin remained in use until 1992, when it was replaced by a smaller copper-nickel version of the coin that closely resembled modern 10p coins. Despite its replacement in everyday circulation, the 1974 10 new pence coin still holds historical value, especially for collectors who are interested in British currency from the decimalization era. Although the 1974 10 new pence coin has little numismatic value in its general circulated state today, certain factors can increase its value for collectors. Coins in mint condition, rare variations, such as those with die errors, and those from limited mintage years tend to fetch higher prices in auctions or through dealers. The historical context of the decimalization era makes these coins particularly fascinating for those who are passionate about British numismatics. As collectors continue to pursue older and more rare coins, the 1974 10 new pence serves as an important reminder of a pivotal moment in the UK's financial history. I hope this video helped you learn more about the United Kingdom 10 new pence coin from 1974, its value, and its place in British currency history. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more awesome coin content. Also, let us know in the comments if you have any of these coins in your collection.